In the not-so-distant future, bullets became the world's most valuable currency.
Ну, 3 пальца можешь сэкономить.
Это какие?
9mm and 7.62mm caliber bullets were the most sought-after treasures. Because climate change triggered a global nuclear war, civilization was nearly annihilated. The land was scorched, cities were destroyed, and all advanced technology failed, leaving violence as the supreme law. The solitary traveler Ronin wandered the wastelands, searching for his father's killer, spending years mapping the continent, adding details as he traveled. Fate brought Ronin face to face with the girl Mariya on this day. Mariya had intended to hire a bounty hunter as a bodyguard, but since Ronin had just killed that hunter, Mariya offered to hire Ronin instead. She produced a precious 7.62 bullet as a deposit, promising Ronin the highest reward if he could get her to the high walls of a distant country. Ronin estimated the journey to their destination would take about 7 nights. After weighing his options, he agreed to Mariya's terms. They traveled several meters apart, maintaining this deliberate distance because they did not trust each other. Mariya had escaped her community with her mother and was determined to return to the place of her birth. The bullets and firearms she carried were precious possessions left by her father. As for Ronin, he carried a hand-assembled gun holstered at his waist. Its unique model meant compatible bullets were scarce, but he kept it close, likely an heirloom from his father. While they talked, they approached a pile of scattered rocks. Mariya walked over, dug through a layer of soil, and found 5 bullets she had hidden there. Ronin was about to inspect them when he spotted a group of unidentified individuals approaching. He signaled Mariya to find cover, then drew his katana to face the threat head-on. Although the masked assailants arrived fiercely, their combat skills were lacking. Despite surrounding Ronin, they gained no advantage. In the blink of an eye, bodies littered the ground. The last survivor, realizing he was utterly defeated, swiftly raised his crossbow. In that critical moment, Mariya stepped forward and fired, instantly piercing the masked man's skull. As stated before, bullets equated to currency in this world, making them extremely precious. Thus, gunfire was rare in combat. Ronin did not chastise Mariya for intervening. He approached the bodies to search their belongings, taking anything of value. When Ronin removed the man's mask, he discovered that the attacker was the heir of a tribal clan, which now meant Mariya might be in serious trouble. Ronin decided to cut rest and foraging time, aiming to shorten the 7-day journey to just 3 days. They found a spot, sheltered by rocks, to rest for the night, planning to visit the market tomorrow. Mariya couldn't help asking, "Didn't you just say to reduce rest time? Why aren't we pushing on?" Ronin explained that nights were prone to ambushes, making an early morning departure safer. At sunrise, Mariya woke up clutching her revolver, only to find Ronin practicing sword techniques not far away. On a whim, she looked through his pack, finding an old book on swordsmanship. Judging by the illustrations of clothing and text features, it originated from Japan, explaining why Ronin carried a katana. Ronin caught Mariya snooping, but she felt no embarrassment, instead asking where the book came from. Ronin dodged the question and told her to pack up quickly. The tribe would surely come for them once they discovered the body. Ronin's judgment proved correct. The clan had indeed discovered the heir's corpse. Meanwhile, Ronin and Mariya were headed toward the market, and Mariya asked what kind of place it was, since her tribe, located at the edge of the abyss, had never seen such a thing. Ronin warned Mariya sternly that obeying the rules was paramount at the market. Rule 1. Do not haggle with vendors if you aren't serious about trading. Rule 2. Keep your head down and avoid eye contact with the guards if you don't want attention. Rule 3. Do not touch or handle goods carelessly. Final rule. Never draw any weapon whatsoever. The market appeared chaotic but operated with strict order. Each clan specialized in selling specific goods. Some weapons, some food, some clothing. Before each full moon, all residents of the valley gathered here to trade, replenishing necessary supplies. Clans also provided security. In short, the market was a sacrosanct place where conflict and violence were forbidden. Only outsiders ignored the valley's laws. Ronin approached a stall and produced bullets taken from the bodies.
2 человека.
The man counted the payment, returned swiftly with the goods, noticed Mariya, and asked where the girl came from. Her brand belonged to lands beyond the abyss, the kind given to children born to women of pleasure. The man advised Ronin to get rid of this trouble quickly. Ronin ignored him, took the goods, and caught up with Mariya. Just then, an argument erupted at a nearby stall. Guards stationed above immediately cocked their weapons, and the entire market froze. The quarreling patrons fell silent instantly. Ronin and Mariya hurriedly left the market to continue their journey. The scorching sun dehydrated them, so they found an abandoned house to rest in and escape the heat. Mariya meticulously maintained her revolver, oiling and cleaning it with great care. Meanwhile, Ronin dug a pit in the sand and laid firewood to prepare their lunch. After setting up the simple stove, he also took out his katana for maintenance. The blade dislikes moisture and touch, and regardless of whether your hands are clean or not, they leave marks on the sword, so it needs regular treatment with powder to absorb residual oils and moisture. This knowledge was taught to Ronin by his father. After lunch, they got ready to leave, and Mariya, full of curiosity, asked which community Ronin came from, but he replied that a traveler is always on the road and never belongs to any one place. As soon as he finished speaking, Ronin detected someone ahead. Based on the characteristics, it should be a messenger. Communication between tribes relied entirely on messengers carrying letters. The flag held high in his hand held great significance, with different colors representing different messages. The red color the messenger currently displayed represented news and agreements concerning food. Originally, birds mostly handled this duty, but wild animals easily starved to death, so it was replaced by dedicated human couriers, and a protector usually accompanied the messenger. He was currently watching Ronin and Mariya from the shadows. If the messenger faced danger, the protector would act immediately. While Ronin and Mariya pushed forward on their journey, the mysterious tribe hunting them had already tracked them to the market. Market guards blocked the path to stop their advance, but the tribe leader not only refused to listen but forcefully knocked down the guard, stomped on his sidearm, and took the bullets. The leader warned the guard to disclose Ronin's whereabouts truthfully. Meanwhile, Ronin and Mariya finally found a place to spend the night before the sun fully set. Perhaps because they were exhausted from the journey, they fell so deeply asleep that they failed to notice someone approaching. The intruder took the chance to knock them unconscious. When Ronin awoke, he found his hands tied, with the still unconscious Mariya lying opposite him. He heard someone approaching and quickly closed his eyes, pretending to still be out. Two men walked over and dragged Ronin away. He was taken to a dimly lit room where a living person lay on a table inside. A bald man picked up an axe and, without a word, dismembered the person lying there. Seeing this, Ronin knew he had to act fast. He shoved the man beside him away, then slammed the butcher down with several punches. The man on the floor scrambled up to report to the boss. Upon learning the situation, the boss opened the basement, retrieved some toxic mushrooms, and shared them with two underlings. Then they stormed off to the hut to confront Ronin, unaware that he had already slipped away. Now, Ronin woke the still unconscious Mariya and untied two other bound individuals. As for the three who ate the toxic mushrooms, they mutated like zombies. Ronin sliced off the mutant's arm with his blade, then swiftly stabbed another in the head. He pressed the blade against the leader's neck, threatening him to lead the way to the exit. The leader preached constantly along the path, trying to convince them to stay. Unfortunately, Ronin and Mariya ignored him and quickly left along a small path. They returned to where they rested the previous night, and thankfully, their packs and belongings were still there, untouched. Mariya had heard of the Night Tribe's reputation, knowing they survived by eating people and worshipped an evil god, who was also a cannibal. If Ronin hadn't regained consciousness in time yesterday, both of them might have been turned into human meat pies. Although Mariya wasn't injured, Ronin still felt guilty. After all, he was paid to protect Mariya, yet last night he had put her in danger. Just then, Ronin heard footsteps. He used binoculars to observe behind them and saw the masked tribe had caught up. Ronin and Mariya immediately quickened their pace, with the pursuing tribe close behind. The soil beneath their feet grew increasingly dry, the temperature noticeably rising. Soon, people began succumbing to heat stroke and collapsing. Ronin and Mariya also had to stop. They needed to conserve energy for the approaching night. Moreover, the fact that the tribe caught up so quickly meant they must have traveled for at least 2 days without rest, so their energy depletion was even more severe. Ronin drew his weapon and told Mariya to ready her pistol. Facing the scorching sun, fighting now seemed better than continuing to flee. The two groups stood staring at each other across a few hundred meters.
Просто стоим.
Главное выглядеть уверенно.
The truth was, the masked tribe didn't attack first because most of their members were nearly overcome by the heat. The leader probably also realized acting now was disadvantageous and instructed his men to rest briefly and find food to replenish their strength. Ronin seized this chance to place Mariya within a pile of debris, then showed her the map, instructing her that if he hadn't returned by the time the moon reached its zenith, she should first head to the marked location on the map. Showing his backpack there would prompt someone to help her. Ronin planned to visit the ruins of the old world. Fleas guarded that place, and entering meant it was hard to come out alive. However, the ruins held a rich arsenal. Securing a few heavy machine guns could definitely shake off the persistent pursuers. As for the fleas, they were robot-like beetles powered by solar energy reserves, so they entered a semi-dormant state at night. Ronin carefully skirted around the fleas and slipped inside a shipping container, but the noise of closing the door still drew the robot's attention. Fortunately, the container's iron door was thick enough. Even fleas would take some time to break through. Ronin lit a few scraps of paper for light and quickly began rummaging through the crates for weapons. As for the fleas outside, they extended weapons from beneath their carapaces and began forcefully ramming the container's iron walls. The moment they broke through the door, Ronin swiftly raised his weapon and unleashed a furious barrage. He downed the fleas, grabbed the weapons, and made a rapid escape. Mariya saw him return and urgently informed Ronin that the pursuers had arrived. Ronin set up the machine gun at top speed. After a frenzied burst of gunfire, all the pursuing masked tribe members lay dead. Mariya worriedly asked if such loud gunshots hadn't already echoed throughout the entire valley. Ronin stated that no one hearing such thunderous noise would be foolish enough to come investigate. Then he took his katana and checked each corpse. But unexpectedly, 3 bounty hunters had come, drawn by the gunshots, and Ronin, fearing they might harm Mariya, rushed at them with his weapon and dodged an arrow. A hooded man shoved his companion aside and fired an arrow straight into Ronin's side. Clearly, his aim was far superior. The man declared, "Thank you for bringing the girl back safely, but take one more step and my next bolt won't miss." It turned out the man knew Mariya's father. They also planned to go beyond the high walls and wanted Mariya to join them. Ronin didn't trust these men. He proposed trading his saved bullets for Mariya. But the man stated, "This girl is worth more than anything you could give us." However, his companion desperately wanted the bullets and lunged to kill Ronin, only to be killed by Ronin instead. The man showed no concern over his companion's death, since Mariya had agreed to leave with them anyway. Before leaving, Mariya gave Ronin the necklace her mother left her, then gradually vanished into the night. Ronin quickly tended to the wound on his abdomen. In such a hot place, even a small infection could be deadly. The next morning, the tribal leader had somehow clawed his way upright. Ronin must have missed him during the final checks, allowing his narrow escape. Meanwhile, Mariya was taken inside a structure beyond the high walls. A blond man sat upon a throne forged from machine guns. Needless to say, this man was Mariya's father. The hall's sides were filled with stern-faced men and women, while the women on one side of the room were all the king's wives. Mariya's mother had once been one of them, and according to the king, she was quite favored back then.
Она тебя ненавидит.
Regardless, the king wouldn't mistreat his own flesh and blood. He told Mariya she was mistress of this place, free to leave or stay, as she chose. Mariya only wanted to know why her father had branded her face with such a shameful mark, but the latter showed no intention of explaining whatsoever, instead boasting, "You were the first to wear the brand." Hearing this, Mariya became furious and challenged her father. Unexpectedly, the king pushed forward a woman to fight in his stead, clearly belittling Mariya. Mariya drew her dagger, ready to show them what she was made of, but the king suddenly shot the woman dead without a word, claiming it was just a joke. He could grant Mariya the right to duel him, but suggested she first stay and learn from him. Once trained, he'd give her a chance to kill him. As for Ronin, he was desperately searching for bullets for his hand-assembled gun. He'd seen pristine ammunition from the old world, touched the facilities that once made weapons, yet in all his travels, he never found bullets compatible with that pistol. So Ronin traded an ancient book to the Dome cult for their bullet stock. Luckily, he got the bullets he needed. Then Ronin arrived outside the king's palace and easily dispatched the 2 gatekeepers. He entered the underground via a lift, Ronin landed with a gun in one hand and a katana in the other, immediately facing 2 rows of soldiers. Ronin fought with exhilarating ferocity. Corpses soon littered the corridor. The sounds of fighting and gunfire clearly reached the hall. All soldiers lined up before the king's throne, holding their breath, weapons gripped tight, awaiting the enemy's appearance. Ronin appeared, holding a guard hostage. Mariya recognized him and urgently told her father not to harm him. Ronin surrendered his weapons and commanded the king to release Mariya. Unexpectedly, the king took a liking to Ronin and wanted him to stay as captain of the guard, but Ronin just wanted him to shut up. As he spoke, the masked tribe leader somehow pursued them here too. Seeing the tribe leader had also come for Ronin and Mariya, the king became intrigued. He proposed a fair duel between himself, Ronin, and the leader. The winner would take Mariya. The king donned a combat mask, walked between them, and tossed a golden dagger into the air. All 3 lunged for the weapon simultaneously. Unexpectedly, the king truly possessed combat skills, seizing the moment to stab the tribe leader in the back of the neck, yet the latter swiftly drew his weapon and thrust toward the king. After several brutal exchanges, each had been stabbed, but the leader was clearly outmatched. The king gave him no respite, moving in to finish him with repeated stabs, then charged at Ronin with the dagger still in hand. Ultimately, he defeated both challengers. The king picked up the katana from the ground, ready to kill Ronin and eliminate the threat for good. But Mariya had slipped onto the throne unnoticed. She activated a hidden mechanism in the armrest and shot her father dead herself. Then Mariya walked to the corpse, picked up the crown, and placed it on her head. She gave her father's golden bullet to Ronin, stating she had now paid the promised reward. Mariya would not leave with Ronin. She had tasted power and victory and was determined to remain on the Iron Throne. When they first met, both hearts burned with vengeance. Yet Ronin, through his long journey, had understood his father's words. A wanderer belongs to no community and should have no fixed goal. They must always be on the road. The journey itself matters far more than the destination. Sadly, Mariya hadn't realized this yet. No one could guarantee she wouldn't become the next tyrant. The film ends here. This Russian film also goes by another name, The Last Ronin. The concept of the Ronin originates from Japan, initially referring to masterless samurai who wandered after losing their lords during the feudal era. The Ronin in the film, wielding a katana, is precisely such a wanderer. Watching the entire film leaves one with a somewhat confusing feeling. But that's the point. The director was expressing the spirit of the Ronin, who ask no questions of their past or future and are forever on the move.